live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Alright, so we'll be going over a few stories related to tech and some non-tech related as well throughout, that are going on across the world. And I'll try to keep you guys, company, keep you guys warm. So that, you guys don't have to go out too much and you guys can stay up to date with what's hot and what's not in the tech industry and, throughout the world. Any interesting stories, we'll talk about those. Okay, but before that, actually, if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. And press the bell icon if that's not too much to ask. Anyways, guys, before we start this podcast, I'm gonna quickly go and grab my tea. So I'll be right back. Maybe you guys can grab something as well. And then we'll go through some stories together. Alright, guys, so I have my tea with me. Ooh, that's good. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys got something to drink as well. Let me start this timer. Okay. So let's go through these stories. So the first one that we have is how you'll use Apple and Google's coronavirus tracking tool. There's still a lot we don't know. Okay, guys, so this story is by The Verge. And for the past couple of days, I had been hearing about Apple and Google, combining their efforts towards coming up with a tool that would be able to track, I guess, people that got contracted by coronavirus. So let's go through this. So earlier today, Apple and Google announced a Bluetooth-based COVID-19 contact tracing platform that could alert people if they have been exposed to the novel coronavirus. Contact tracing is a huge component in ending mass pandemics, stay-at-home orders, and while phone tracking can't replace traditional methods like interviews, it can supplement them. So I am guessing that Google and Apple are using Bluetooth LE signals for contact tracing. When two people are near each other, their phones can exchange an anonymous identification key recording that they've had close contact. If one person is later diagnosed with COVID-19, they can share the information through an app. The system will notify other users they have been close to, so those people can self-quarantine if necessary. Ideally, this means you won't have to reveal your name, location, or other personal data. Okay, guys, so just reading the first couple of paragraphs, I don't know, I don't think I'll be open to this because, we already have a lack of trust in these big firms. And now with this, essentially they would be able to use our phones, our Bluetooth in our phones to basically map out where we have been and where we have, and who we have contacted, who we have met. So there could be a big privacy issue around this. I mean, nonetheless, we would be able to tell very easily. Like, so the positive side of this would be that, if you do enroll in this, um, it would be very it would get very easy for people to see if the people that they're meeting or they have met has contracted coronavirus, I'm assuming. Or I don't know how it would work, because like what would happen if you, like, say you're meeting someone, um and they have contracted coronavirus, and or they haven't even contracted, they met somebody who had it, and so now they're part of this database. So they say they come to you. So how do you realize? Like, how does the app tell you that you have, you have it? Like, isn't that could be a big privacy issue, because you know how in the news, um, every time journalists or reporters, they ask all these government officials that, hey, so can you name the person, who contracted it or whatever. So they're trying to keep that very private, right? Because it could, it's a privacy issue. So I don't know how this would work. So what happens if you're exposed? If people share their data as described above, your phone will check the list once a day and look for key matches, then notify you if it finds one. Google's sample alert is pretty simple. It just reads, you have recently been exposed to someone who has tested positive for COVID-19. Oh, okay. And offers a link with more information. That information will be provided by whichever health authority is offering the app, and we don't know what it might include, although at the very least it will probably explain COVID-19 symptoms and a self-quarantine guideline. Okay, interesting. So you won't really find out who you got it from, but it will tell you. But the see that's the thing, right? So say if you only met like a handful of people in the day, then what? All right, guys. So let's move on to our second story. Okay, guys. So this story really really caught my eye. Um, so the headline, so it's by The Verge, and the headline states, "People are baiting Instacart workers with huge tips, then slashing them to zero." Like, what? Oh my god, that is crazy. Seriously. So Instacart allows users to adjust tips up to 3 days after delivery. Oh wow. So Instacart workers are being wooed by orders with a large tip with large tips, only to find them drop to zero after a delivery has been made. What? Oh my god. Why is Instacart even allowing that to happen? So Instacart lets users set their own custom tip with each shopping request, but it also allows them to change it for up to 3 days after an order is completed to adjust for experience. To adjust for experience. But that's insane though. Like, they should not be able to, just slash it by zero. What the hell? Okay, so workers, however, claim that some users have been abusing this feature, baiting them with big tips to get their shopping requests completed sooner amid the pandemic rush, only to find the tip slashed afterward without much feedback. One Instacart worker said their tip was dropped from 55 to 0 despite finding everything the customer needed. Another worker claimed their tip changed to 0 since they could not find toilet paper in stock. Okay, guys, so for those of you that are not familiar with this problem that's going on, mainly in the West, I would say. I don't think a lot of the Eastern countries are having this problem where where shopping stores and these huge grocery stores are running out of toilet paper. Yeah, I know. So this person, they had their tip reduced to zero because the customer said that they couldn't, find toilet paper. This is just wrong. An Instacart user allegedly took away tips and called it unethical that the worker was unable to find toilet paper. My goodness. Yeah, I think they're gonna have to, come up with a way to somehow either limit it. Say like if they did, if they, if a person got a tip, and afterwards when the whole transaction is over, and the customer doesn't like the tip that they gave them, they honestly shouldn't be able to reduce the tip by zero. Like, what the hell? Well, I mean, 2-0. I guess a certain percentage, but the rest should be logged like you gave it to them. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of more complicated than that as well. um so I guess maybe they can put in some kind of a mechanism where the customer has to um give a valid reason, and that reason has to then be get approved by Instacart, before the tip can actually get waived off. Hey Instacart.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, this is my Instagram page, Talk Today. Please go ahead and follow my Instagram page. You'll be seeing a lot more content in the coming days on this page as well. Oh, guys, okay, I have to go through this story. So, coronavirus conspiracies like that bogus 5G claim are racing across the internet. So, I don't know if you guys heard about this 5G conspiracy around the coronavirus, but it's basically that the whole reason why they're you know enforcing lockdowns and putting millions and millions of people into their homes in quarantine is so that they can install 5G antennas and 5G towers. So the way 5G works is that since it's such a high frequency wave, you need it in shorter distances because higher frequency, so it's a shorter, like a physics thing. Anyways, so you need a lot of those around the block if you want to power, like, say, a block by 5G. So what that conspiracy says is that 5G, like these high frequency waves, are basically what are causing all these symptoms, like coughing, sneezing. It's causing issues to our respiratory system. I can't speak. System as a whole, and yeah. So they're saying that 5G is the cause of coronavirus. So let's see what this story has to say. So as the US and much of the world hunkers down to slow the spread of novel coronavirus, some virus-related conspiracy theories are having a heyday. Specifically, a conspiratorial false claim that 5G technology is linked to COVID-19 gained ground, accelerating them from obscurity into the rattled mainstream by way of conspiracy theorists who'd been chattering about 5G conspiracies for years. Okay, so they're saying that these conspiracies and misinformation about 5G have been going on for a while, actually. So that's kind of weird. So the seed of the false 5G coronavirus claim may have been planted in late January print interview with a Belgian doctor who suggested that 5G technology poses health dangers and might be linked to the virus, according to reporting from Wired. Not long after the interview, Dutch-speaking anti-5G conspiracy theorists picked up on the theory, and it spread through Facebook pages and YouTube channels already, trafficking in other 5G conspiracies. Guys, I mean, honestly, this is kind of crazy because I don't want to give away too much, but the company that I work for, we have been testing 5G for well over a year now, and we have contacts with the different universities as well. So we actually, at the site that I work, there is a 5G testing lab, and there are 5G towers that have been outside for, I don't know, close to about a year and a half. And honestly, from experience, these are all bogus. Like, we have not encountered any of the sort of symptoms that these so-called conspiracies are talking about. So yeah, this is a first hand experience. Whoa, look at this story, guys. So Virgin's VOX space snags $35 million Space Force launch contract and prepares for final test flights. So VOX Space, the Virgin Space subsidiary dedicated to government launches, has scored a valuable new contract with the US Space Force and is about to move from testing to full operations, the company announced today. Holy guys, the world is actually getting there, eh? A Space Force. So I don't know if you guys have, I mean, I shouldn't even be asking this. Of course, you guys have heard of Star Wars, Star Trek. If you guys are into anime, Gundam, all these different shows that revolve around wars that are happening in space. So I'm assuming that. Hold on, guys. Let me have my tea. Sorry about that. Okay. So, I guess we are actually getting there. The Space Force contract is for 3 launches and is valued at $35 million. Holy. The company will be launching payloads for the Defense Department Space Test Program S-28, a set of technology demonstrations in low Earth orbit. More than 36 satellites will be launched, enabling advancements in space domain awareness and communications and informing future developments of the USSF space architecture. Wait, did I say SSF? No, it's USSF. So the States and UK and Israel governments are basically doing these launches and this testing. So we can safely assume, guys, that these are the 3 countries that are gonna have a Space Force up and running sooner rather than later, And wow, they're calling it Cosmic Girl right here. After years of engineering and tests, Cosmic Girl and Launcher 1, the rocket stage that will take the payload to orbit, are almost ready for their debut. Wow. Alright guys, so this was the first podcast. We talked a bit about different big tech companies, what's going on with Google and Apple, and some story about coronavirus and the Space Force. So hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys already liked my Instagram page as well. So if you guys like this video, stay tuned, and there's a lot more content coming out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.